So this is the video blog of my interview this morning on the BBC. Some behind the footage scenes and the actual interview itself. I hope you enjoy.
To the train now. Train companies still aren't doing enough to help disabled passengers, even when they've requested special assistance. That criticism comes from the customer watchdog Passenger Focus, who monitored nearly 200 individual journeys.
They found some passengers are still being left stranded in carriages or on platforms without any help from staff. Well, Martyn Sibley has joined us. Morning,
Martyn.
And you travel pretty regularly by train, don't you?
Yeah, I do, due to my work with the charity Scope, yeah.
What's your experience of travelling on the trains?
Hit and miss. I think there are some positives. The fact that the ramps are there to get me on the train and the staff, generally are available, having organised it before. I think the two kind of main pitfalls really are around the fact that you have to call at least 24 hours before you travel, so spontaneity goes out the window. And I can tap into an example. When I was up in Manchester for work-related issues, I was delayed at a meeting, and of course it threw the whole thing out of sync. No one was expecting me for the slightly later train.
So what happened when you arrived?
Well, it was sort of uproar in terms of, oh, you're not meant to be here at this time, and so everyone was quite flustered, and it was just that kind of, it wasn't due to the exact process.
Did you get the train still?
I still did later on,
yeah.
But then the other issue was getting back to London. No one was expecting me, so obviously with busier stations you can still kind of get around it, but in more remote stations I've had a couple of horrific situations.
Yeah, you had a sort of trying to get off. What happened?
So I did all the usual, called 24 hours before, got the right train this time as well, got back to the station, and basically no one was waiting at the platform with the ramp. So the person I was travelling with got off the train to find assistance. The doors closed and off I went on my
You were still on the train?
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, this happened 7 years ago, and also 2 months ago. So in terms of improvement, these things are still happening.
That's interesting, because the Association of Train Operating Companies say they've put millions of pounds in improving access for disabled passengers. They say significant progress has been made. That's not your experience?
No, not judging by the fact I said 2 months ago, exactly the same thing happened.
Although we should say the Passenger Focus found that 70% of people they spoke to who have to use these facilities were satisfied. Some disabled passengers found the service outstanding and excellent.
Yeah, as I say, it's hit and miss, and I've had as many journeys that go well, but of course it's the bad journeys you remember, and when it's sort of specific to your disability or additional needs, when these processes should exist, it's disconcerting.
What would make your life easier? Is there a single thing that can happen?
I kind of look at this, it's sort of civil rights really. If you think Martin Luther King had a dream half a century ago, well, I've got a dream that I can literally wake up one morning, get on a train and not feel like I'm being a nuisance, no glitches and no stresses like anyone else would.
Get on any train without having a real
Absolutely. Yeah.
How would that practically be possible? What can you see happening?
I think probably just training and flexibility within the system. I think it's easy to make a call to get the ramps ready, and if you're at a slightly later time, it's not difficult to get the ramp. It's just more awareness, I think, of the issues.
Yeah.
Right. Martyn, thanks very much indeed.
Nice to see you.
Thank you very much.
I'll just grab the radio mic. Yeah, sure. Might need to go again.